Hi everybody, it is June. Today is Monday, June 1st, 2020. I can't believe we're in June. June, for me as a teacher, I've been teaching for way too many years to mention. June is always an exciting month, not only as a teacher, but just as a person, because the weather's nice, the sun's up early, it stays light outside really late, and the day seems so long, and people seem happier, and people are outside, and we get to go outside, and I just love June so much. Not only that, we know that we are wrapping up the school year, and we know that the last day of school is always in June, so we are always excited for that, teachers included. I just wanted to take a minute and recognize all of you for hanging in there and doing the work that's being assigned and watching my videos almost every day, sending me work and just following directions really. So I just wanted to say great job with that. And I thought I'd like to do a little something different, the same because we've done it before, but just something different on these videos and in our schedule for the week. I wanted to go back to the good old habit of the week. This used to be hanging in our classroom by our calendar where we talked every morning for Monday or for morning meeting. And every week we were going over, for 7 weeks, we went over a habit of the week. And you guys were really good about talking about those. And I think that they're really beneficial. These habits that we talk about are beneficial, especially when things get difficult. I'm sorry you're hearing dogs in the background. That's just life, I guess. Especially when things get difficult, it's important to remember some of these habits, especially this first habit, which is to be proactive. And the little quote below says that you're in charge. And I know that I have talked before on here about students taking initiative and students watching the video and students writing down what they need to do for the day, because that is so important, especially as you move on from elementary school and you go into junior high and high school. It's important for you as a student to know what's going on in your schooling and in your school day. So being proactive and being in charge of your day and your assignments and your choices and decisions and all of that is a great way to start. Being proactive means that you're doing things ahead of time to save yourself the stress and anxiety and feelings of failure, really. When we are proactive, we're ready. You know that it's Monday, you're looking forward to my video, I'm sure. You know that you're gonna get a seesaw code, and you're up and ready, hopefully by 10 a.m. to get that day going. Now, let's say you're not proactive and you wake up around 10, 11, you have no idea what day of the week it is. You are like, that crazy Miss Sanford's probably got a video. I don't really feel like watching it. Maybe I'll watch it later. And you go about your day and you do all kinds of fun things. And, maybe you argue with your parents because you haven't done your homework or watched the video, or you won't sit down to do the email, or whatever the case might be. Your day is building with stress. Okay, not only are you probably getting, having discussions with your parents, why aren't you doing your work, what's wrong with you, why haven't you made your bed, why haven't you done this, why haven't you done that. Now you know that you're also building work that's stacking up behind you. If you don't do today's work today, you've got it to do tomorrow. And not only do you have it to do tomorrow, you also have tomorrow's work to do tomorrow. And every day you push it off, the more stress in work stacks up. So when you are proactive, you are taking charge, okay? And let me just read this little blurb to you. It says, I take initiative. I am a responsible person. I choose my actions, attitudes, and moods. I do not blame others for my wrong actions. I do the right thing without being asked. I love the part that talks about, I don't blame other people for my actions, because the sentence before that talks about, I choose my mood. I choose my decisions. All of us do. So if you're really paying attention to that and you're really thinking forward and you're being proactive, I think you're going to find more and more success, not just as a student, as a son, daughter, cousin, friend, just a person in our community. Being proactive is super helpful. So remember being proactive. A little glare there, sorry. So be in charge, okay? Make sure that you're watching these videos and you are taking charge of the assignments. Now, it is June. As we dwindle down here to the end of the school year, the assignments do become a little bit less. We are doing a little bit of review because, as you know, I have to, as a teacher, make sure that the things you're supposed to be learning this year, you have learned. So today with math, you're going to recognize that we're going backwards and we're going to do a little bit of review this week for the first 3 days. We'll do some addition, some subtraction, and multiplication review. Then Thursday, Friday, we'll get back to the things that we've been talking about with lines and segments and angles and all that good stuff, okay? But in the meantime, know that we are doing a little bit of review, and this is kind of the year-end wrap-up that we would normally be doing in the classroom. So hopefully you find some ease in some of these assignments. Again, going backwards, sometimes like, I don't remember how to do this. Take your time, okay? I'm going to review some of that with you. So don't worry, okay? And you can always reach out to me if you need extra help, okay? All right, so let's get talking about assignments for today. It is Monday. You know you get your new spelling list today and a worksheet to go with that. This week, I am allowing you to choose the worksheet or 5 times each. Your call, however you want to handle that. So today, you're responsible for getting your list and either doing 5 times each of that list or the worksheet that I'm providing with the list. Got it? Okay, so that's spelling for today. For math, okay, like I said, this is a review. We are reviewing triple digit adding. Ooh. Okay, now when the tricky part, adding is the simple part, right? We can all count and add to numbers. You guys are really good at that. The tricky part comes in when we have to start regrouping and carrying, okay? So as you can see with this number, 346 plus 124, I have my answer right here, 470. Now, when we're looking at these numbers, okay, you have to remember, math is weird. We go the opposite of what we do in reading. Typically in reading, we go left to right. In math, we go right to left. So you start over in this far column to the right. We know that 6 plus 4 is 10. Well, then why do you only have a 0 there, Miss Sanford? Well, excuse me, my low battery sign came on there. Well, the answer to that is because I have another place value here that I have to fulfill in numbers that I have to add. So I put my 0 down and I carry my 1. That 1 now gets added to the second column, okay, which is the tens column, okay? So 4 plus 2, as we know, is 6. We can't forget about a little 1 that we added from our previous column. Our answer is 7. We have one more column to add. 3 plus 1 is 4. Simple as that, okay? Now, I thought we could do one together. 289 plus 742. We know that we're starting all the way to the right. 9 plus 2, I know that that's 11. I also know that I have another column to add here, so I can't put my full answer down. So I put my 1 down, and my other 1 I carry into the next column. Now I'm going to add my next column. I know that 8 plus 4, anybody, is 12. Don't forget to add your 1, okay, which is 13. 3 goes down here, carry the 1. Last column to add. Now with this column, if it's a double-digit number, I have nowhere to carry. So I get to put my full number down here if it is in fact a double-digit number. 2 plus 7 is 9, plus 1 that we carried is 10. So I have to put my number down just like this. 1,031. Does anybody recognize what I'm missing here? I have 4-digit number. Oh, I have to do a comma. And I always know that my comma is 3 numbers from the right. So I go 1, 2, 3, comma. Ah, nice. That comma is representing the thousands. 1,031. Okay, so there's a quick review on triple digit adding. I'm sure most of you are like, sweet, I'm going to get that done in no time. So I am happy to report that should be an easy A for today. So easy way to get credit is completing that today. Tomorrow we will work on subtraction. Wednesday we will work on multiplication. So a great little review and a great way to get credit this week. Okay, that's it for math. Mr. Popper's Penguins. I'm going to attach a separate video because once these videos get longer, they're harder for me to upload. So I'm going to create a separate video of just me reading chapters 6 and 7 of Mr. Popper's Penguins. You will have no questions for today because you do have a couple of assignments to complete. You have your spelling today, you have your math review today, you have your Mr. Popper's Penguins to listen to today because there will be questions tomorrow. And then you do have one more assignment to review verbs, and it's called Make Me Smile Monday. You'll see what that's all about. It's a fun picture, and you have to come up with as many verbs as you can that kind of focuses on that picture. So, kind of an easy day if you ask me. Just takes a little bit of your attention, takes you being proactive and in charge of your day and your schoolwork. I hope that everyone had a fabulous weekend. The weather is just getting nicer and nicer. It's going to be in the 80s all week this week. Yes, that's a great thing. Yes, it becomes more difficult to stay focused and stay on track with your work. Listen, I have to do the same thing, right? I can't wait to get outside later, but I have a list of things that I have to get to first, or Mr. Dodd's going to get mad at me. So just stay focused, and remember, sometimes you have to do the hard things first and then fun, right? You have to do the work, then the play, all right? So just figure out your schedule, whatever works for you and your family, and get the stuff done, okay? Yes, I am keeping track of who's doing assignments still. Yes, if you do the work, yes, you are getting entered in that drawing that I talked about before. Please don't worry about that. And you're all going to get rewarded for all of this hard work that you're doing. As long as you're submitting work to me, you are in the drawing. So good for you guys. I hope everybody has a fabulous day. Happy June. And I will see you soon.